These crispy nuggets taste like a total cheat meal, but they're actually whole food plant-based, only 241 calories and packed with 30 grams of protein. The secret? Soy-free tofu and a super simple method that makes them crispy on the outside and tender on the inside. And I'm pairing them with a quick honey mustard dipping sauce. Let's make them. So today I'm going to be making those delicious nuggets that you just saw. These are so easy. They're perfect to help you hit your protein goals in a very delicious way. If you're new here, my name is Debbie and I am a registered nurse. I am plant-based, and here you're going to find easy, simple recipes that are mostly whole foods and high in protein. If you're in the stage of life, like myself, where you need to add some more protein to your diet, then this is the channel for you. And I'm really happy you're here today, and if you do like this type of content, please subscribe so you don't miss a single video. All right, let's start making some nuggets. Let's start with the ingredients. I'm going to be using my soy-free tofu from Big Mountain. You can use whatever kind of tofu you want, just make sure that it's firm, extra firm. I like the super firm. This is extra firm. And I like using this because it's higher in protein, and this helps me reach my protein goals for the day. All right, so we're going to make a little coating sauce for these chicken nuggets. So we're going to start with some pickle juice. You could use dill pickles, you could use, this is bread and butter. I wouldn't use sweet, but either dill or bread and butter. And then I'm going to add a little bit of coconut aminos, or you could do soy sauce. I'm gluten-free, so I need to use coconut aminos, or you could use tamari. Just a dab of that, like a half a teaspoon. I'm also going to add a little bit of maple syrup, but I'm going to be using my Lakanto syrup. This is sugar-free, and this is only 10 calories for 2 tablespoons. Yeah, 10 calories for 2 tablespoons. And when you're on a cut, you need to cut calories where you can, but without sacrificing flavor. Let me get a measuring spoon to be exact. I'm going to start with 1 tablespoon, and then I'm going to taste it and see later if it needs more. But we're just going to start with 1 for right now. Then I've got all kinds of spices here. I've got onion powder, garlic powder, smoked paprika, poultry seasoning, and salt. That all goes in. And I've got some nutritional yeast, a couple tablespoons. So the nutritional yeast will help the coating stick. I'm also going to be using, I found these are keto breadcrumbs. They're gluten-free, but they're made with lupini beans and coconut flour. So for 3 tablespoons, it's 9 grams of protein. So yeah, that's going to help bump up the protein. So I'm going to add that in here. And then if it's too thin, we can add more nutritional yeast or more of the breadcrumbs. Or you could, if it's too thick, we could just add some water to thin it out. So let me get my spoon. Not very organized today, it seems like. Okay, this is a teeny bit thick, so I will add a little bit more water, or a little bit more of water. Maybe a teeny bit more. All right, I think I feel good about this. All right, I think the 1 tablespoon of maple syrup will be just fine. Actually, I'm on it a little thinner. I'm not organized and I can't make decisions today. I'm sure you've all been there. Now next, you're gonna want to tear your tofu into bite-sized pieces. One word of advice here, if you use anything but super firm, then you're gonna wanna press it. And because you really want that dense kind of a texture. So we just start breaking off pieces. Once you get everybody in, you're going to gently fold the sauce around your tofu and get it all coated. Then we're going to put it on a lined baking sheet And I'm going to put it in my oven on the air fryer setting at 400, and we'll let this go for 10-15 minutes. So once that's all coated, and that looks pretty darn good, onto the sheet it goes. And you're going to want to watch it, and you don't want a ton excess on these because it could burn. And yes, they will be different sizes, and that's fine. You're going to have some that are a little bit crispier than others, and it's all good. And if you're not really a fan of tofu, this could definitely change your mind. My husband even likes this, and he's a total carnivore. All right, I think that's good. We're going to pop these in the oven. Now, of course, you've got to have a sauce to dip those nuggets in. Wouldn't be complete. So this is a vegan honey mustard sauce. All right, so I have about a 1/3 cup of my Greek yogurt. I'll leave the link below, or you could use a store-bought. I've got some lemon juice. I've got some of my Lakanto maple syrup. I've got some barbecue sauce. Whatever kind you have on hand will work just fine. Or you can make your own. A little bit of salt. Then I have 2 kinds of mustard. I have Dijon and just yellow mustard. Stir it all together. Let's switch to a whisk, more efficient. And if you want to add a little water to make it thinner, that's totally up to you. Of course, taste it and make sure that the salt's right. And if you're salt-free, just leave it out. Not a big deal. Now, if you don't want to use yogurt, you could use some cashews. Just soak them, and then you'd have to just put this all into a blender. But I prefer just using yogurt. It's easier, and I've always got it on hand. And it's a lot lower fat than using nuts, although nuts are good for you. All right, let's get those nuggets and let's give this a taste. All right, look at this. Absolutely delicious. Now, if you wanted them crispier, of course, cook them longer. Oh, the sauce is going to be amazing. Whoa. That pickle juice really comes through. Yes, I double dipped. It's okay. So these are fantastic. Now, this recipe makes about 3 servings. You can use it as an appetizer. You could use it as a main meal and just add some veggies to that and a starch. That would be perfect. So let me give you the macros, and this is for 1 serving out of the 3. So 1 serving is 241 calories, 3.6 grams of fat, 22.5 grams of fiber, 30 grams of protein. Can't beat that. And 6 grams of fiber. So what I do, because every batch is going to be different because you're going to be tearing them into different sizes. So just count how many pieces you have, divide by 3, that'll be your serving. So the amount of your little nuggets might be different, but the calories, all that should remain the same. So I hope you liked this video. I hope you learned something. If you did, please give it a like, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe. The full recipe will be in the description box below, along with all the resources that I offer, and I've got some good stuff down there, so be sure to check that out. If you've made it this far in the video, comment below with nuggets, and that way I know you made it to the end with me, and I really appreciate it. Remember, all my recipes are good for you, they're good for the animals, and they're good for the planet, and what you put on your plate determines your fate. Until next time, thank you.